Hi everyone, my name is Craig and I am a video director and producer, and in today's video we are going to do a quick set breakdown of a 4-camera multicam live event that my team did for George Fox University. Before we dive in, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. On the channel, we've done set breakdowns of 3-person interviews, of teleprompter interview style videos, and we have several more set breakdowns scheduled this coming year, so stay tuned for more. Okay, so the parameters for this event were pretty simple. 1 speaker on stage, and crowd shots to mix in as B-roll. For this event, we had 3 camera operators and 1 technical director. Our team tends to rotate different roles on set, so everyone gets some experience. So for this shoot, I was operating our easy rig, which I always find to be a fun change of pace. For cameras, we were shooting on all Sony bodies and we're rolling 2 Sony FX6, 1 FX3, and 1 A7S3. For the master angle, we used an FX6 shooting high up on the balcony, so we had a clear line of sight. Because of the distance, we had to put on the Sony 100-400 and zoomed all the way in to 400 millimeters. We felt okay about the master, but would have preferred for it to be on the floor level. There just wasn't a reliable position to get a tripod and an operator on the ground, so we had to choose the balcony shot. We tapped into an SDI port provided by the house that was ran through an AMX encoder, and then that signal was sent to the media booth in our balcony where we connected the line to our Atomos Sumo 19 production monitor. For the stage left camera, we had another FX6 shooting on a 70-200 f2.8 lens, and we stopped it down to f4. We didn't have an operator for the camera during this shoot, so it was set on a pretty standard mid shot, and then it was just left on its own. We tapped into a nearby HDMI port that was also provided by the house, and then sent that through the encoder, and then synced it up to our Sumo in the booth. For the stage right camera, we essentially mirrored what we had on stage left. We used an FX3 with a 70-200 f4 lens, and we did have an operator for this one who would track with the speaker as needed. We sent the signal to our monitor using the Hollyland Mars 400S system, which worked pretty well. I love the FX3 and I think this placement looked really good. Our last angle, which was the one that I was running, was a roaming A7S3 on an Easy Rig Minimax with a 24-105 f4 Sony lens. We chose this lens over the more traditional 24-70 because we get some extra reach out of that 105 range. That was really helpful for grabbing crowd shots. We also threw it on the Condor Blue cage with another Hollyland Mars 400S, and that's all we needed for that camera. I roamed around and would get B-roll shots of the crowd, wides of the auditorium, and anything our TD wanted me to grab as he was calling shots in the booth. All of the sound and lighting was taken care of by the event team, but we did have a couple of microphones running on cameras for the best possible reference audio, and sometimes it's nice to include a crowd mic in the final mix to fill out the dead space a bit more, so these mics serve that purpose as well. For comms, we used the EarTech UL4S 4-person system, which worked pretty good. We were in a pretty large auditorium, and we could walk through the entire building and maintain signal, which I actually found pretty impressive. This system utilizes radio frequencies. The one drawback to this system is really just the sound quality. The audio coming through sounds like kind of a bad walkie-talkie, and you only get the one earpiece with the model that we chose. So it's good enough for what we're doing, and you can't beat the convenience of a completely hands-free unit, but the sound quality definitely suffers. For recording, we sent our cameras into the Atomos Sumo 19 and recorded ISO channels to an SSD. We also did a live cut during the event, which was recorded to the same SSD, and the Sumo can actually spit out a Final Cut Pro project file, and you can convert that project file to a Premiere project file using third-party software. And then this lets you edit and retime some of your cuts in post-production. We also made sure each camera was rolling to SD cards before we began for an additional backup. We always make sure to bring extra equipment that we might need, such as external audio recorders, SD and HDMI converters and cables, gaff tape, safety cones, spare batteries, tripods, and the list goes on and on. I have linked a document with the full list of gear that we used for this shoot in the description of this video, so you can check that out if you're interested. Overall, the event felt like a success. We have a few more of these events scheduled in coming months, and each time we plan to dial in our process a bit more. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I would love to hear if you learned something new, so drop a comment down below if you did. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Much love.